record into the cloud. Unless I'm going to take something and upload it to YouTube right away or something like that, then I'll record to my computer. But I also have a lot of hard drive space on my computer, and so that that's kind of okay. So I always just recommend that you record to the cloud if you're going to do that. And if you need help on finding your videos or something like that, my YouTube site. There's a how to find my recordings on my YouTube site, but also just contact me. It's no problem at all. More than happy to help. The other thing that's coming out and will be on our Madison College, or excuse me, our CEDL SharePoint site, on the CEDL SharePoint site, can't say that 3 times fast, my new WebEx manual is up, and there are more pieces coming to it. Breakout rooms is my next piece that I'm building, but I have a whole bunch of stuff that I've created and put up on that site. So please make sure you visit the CEDL SharePoint site. If one of the moderators would just grab that SharePoint site and stick that in the chat, that would be awesome. So today we're going to be talking about breakout rooms, and I am recording. So one of the things that happens when we hit record, like I hit record in this general session here, is that once you go off into the breakout rooms, you're not going to see much on the recording. Okay, I will send you all into breakout rooms a little later on, but I'm going to I'm going to first just kind of show you how to operate those breakout rooms. And they are so insanely easy to operate. It is great. They are fantastic. I really, really like it. I knew it was going to be easy to navigate. I saw them back in June. Knew it was going to be easy to navigate, but man, they are so easy. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and share my meeting window. I am going to share my
Hey,
meeting window.
Bill.
Yes, I will. Yes.
Quick question about how folks can find you on YouTube. It was sort of like, what's the title of your YouTube?
Yeah, it's Ballomedic. And I'm actually grabbing the
I just put the
YouTube.
link in the chat.
You did. Awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. All right. So I'm sharing my meeting window, and you're seeing what I'm seeing. So there's going to be a weird delay in my video right now just because I'm sharing my screen. So there'll be a little weird delay on there. You found the new emojis too. Love them. So what I have to do first is I have to enable my breakout sessions. So I can do that 2 ways. One, I can hit the little 3 dots button right here and then just enable breakout sessions, or I can go up here to the menu bar right here and click on that and enable breakout sessions. So either way, I want to do that. Now, what it's going to do is it's going to automatically come up with this window. Now, I'm going to get this out of the way. Well, actually, I won't get it out of the way. I'll leave it. But you can see it came up with this window, but it also came up with a brand new button. There's the new button right there that comes up. And that button, if I get rid of that window, when I click breakout sessions, that window will come back up. Okay, and that's how I'm going to control all of my breakout sessions. That's how I'm going to control them. So you can set it up to where it's automatic or it's manual. So let's say, for example, you have specific groups that you have, and you want specific people to be in specific groups. So you want to do it manually, you can definitely do that. Or like me, where you're just like, hey, I'm just going to throw people into random groups. You can do it automatically. You choose how many sessions you want, and you can see it will give me a count of how many participants I have per session. So I have 1 right now, so that means everybody's going to go into that 1 session. But if I just keep doing this, so 2, there's my 3, there's my 4, and you notice I'll put 2 participants in each session. You can have up to 100 sessions. Okay, you can have up to 100 sessions. So I'm just doing it automatically because I like the automatic. So there's my 4 sessions. It'll be 2 participants per session, and then I create assignments. And then this window comes up for me. And you'll notice now it tells me who's in what breakout session. Okay, so there's all 4 of my breakout sessions. There are all the people that are assigned to my breakout sessions. Now you'll notice I'm not assigned to a session. Well, that's because I want to be able to go into any of those sessions. I want to be able to go into those sessions and be anywhere. So I won't be assigned to the session, nor will any co-hosts be assigned to the session. Now, I'm going to show you the co-host feature in just a second, because that was new with the breakout sessions. There is a co-host feature now in WebEx. It's a great feature, and I'll show you that in just a second. So here we are. Here are the breakout sessions that it set up. Now, what if I go, wait a minute, you know what? I don't want Marcus to be in that one. I want to move him to session number 2, okay? Or session number 3 or number 4, whatever it may be. And so I go, well, let's move Marcus. So we're going to move him, and then I'm going to move him to breakout session 2. But then I'm going to move Beth instead. I'll bring her back over to breakout session 1, right? Or if I want to just, so, you know what? Marcus doesn't need to be in there at all. Let's take him out, right? I can remove him, and then I can always go back and add him. So I can select him and then move him to a session. And I can go, oh, you know what? No, breakout session 2 was good. Let's keep him in breakout session 2. So I can just move them around as I want to do that, okay? I can also do a little exchange. So if I go, well, I'm going to exchange Raphael, let's exchange him for Beth, right? And so now look at that. I switched their sessions, and I just did a quick exchange because maybe I had 2 people I knew I wanted to move, and I could do that pretty easily, okay? So this is the automatic setup. The other thing on here, I want to show you the settings, some cool stuff in here. So I'm going to click on settings right there. And you'll notice it says allow attendees to return to the main meeting. Now I have that clicked because I want my attendees, if they want to come back to the main meeting for some reason, they can. Okay, you can unclick it and then that essentially locks them in that breakout session. That will keep them in that breakout session and they won't be able to come out. Okay. I can allow the attendees to join the session later. So for example, if they come into the general, maybe they had a question they wanted to ask me, okay, which they don't need to leave the session for. I'll show you that. You don't need to leave the session to ask a question. But let's say they had a question and they wanted to ask me, you know, and so they came into the general session, they could then go back into their session later as well. I can also set an automatic breakout timer. So let's say I wanted my breakout sessions to only last, 26 minutes, right? And that's it. So I can choose that. I can also just write it in. I want it to be, I don't know, 45 minutes, right? You could do that. Okay. So I can set the amount of time I want my breakout sessions to be for. Okay. And then this is a really cool feature. When the session ends, give the participants more time before returning to the main meeting. So I like it set at 60 seconds. It can be set for, you know, there's a bunch of different settings. So you can 10, 15, 30, 60, 120. But what this does is when I put you into that breakout session, right? Put you in there, you're all in there, you're talking, you're having a great conversation, everything's going awesome. And then I hit end breakout sessions. And instead of just immediately bringing you back to the breakout session, you're like, hey, we're having a nice conversation. What are you doing? Right? So instead of that happening, it gives you 60 seconds to finish up. Okay? So I really, really like that feature. I think that's a great feature. Okay? So there's that. And then what if I'm like, you know what? Start over. I can reset everything. Okay? I can go back and I want to say, you know, instead I want 2 sessions. And so I'll just reset that. And I'll do it automatically and then look. Right? It divides everybody up again. Okay? And it will divide up into odds too. So if I do 3 sessions, I'm going to have 2 to 3 participants per session. So I can hit reset. Some sessions will have 3 and some will have 2. Okay? So you can split it up any which way you like. It's kind of up to you. Okay?
Hey, Bill.
So yes, question, go.
Will it remember your settings, like if you set 60 seconds?
Yes. Yes, it will remember all your settings and it will remember your breakout rooms as well. So if you like, if I get rid of this, let's reset it. Let's put everybody in again. Okay. And if I just X this thing out, I'm like, all right, it's set. I'm ready when I want to go. And so I go back to my breakout sessions. Everybody's still there. It's all still set the way it was. Now I'm going to remove everyone from the breakout sessions. I'm only going to do that because I'm going to show you what it looks like once I start the breakout session. So I'm going to remove everyone. That takes a second, but I'm removing everyone. Everybody's out of the breakout session. This way, you'll all stay with me so that you can see what it looks like when I click Start Breakout Sessions. Okay? So obviously nobody has left. We're all there. So you still have this window up and you can join from this window if you like, or what I do, I just click that out of there because now I can go into any of those breakout sessions by just clicking on the join button. Okay. Go into any of those. The other nice thing, let me bring up that breakout session again. I can now broadcast to all of the people in the session. So I can say, whoops, is everyone? How is everyone, right? And so I can send that out, and that now sends it out to everyone in the breakout sessions. I can also choose which session I want to send it to. So if I wanted to send that to a different session, I could. Or I can select all my participants or my co-hosts and presenters. So let's say I just want to talk to my co-host real quick and say, hey, come back. I need to talk about something, right? I can just send it to my co-hosts and presenters. So I don't have to actually physically go in there, get them, bring them back out. Don't need to do that, okay? The other nice thing is once in a breakout session, your students can send you a help message. So they can send you a little message that says, hey, I need help. And all it will do is say, it'll come up on your screen and it will say, so-and-so needs help. As a matter of fact, Kate, I'm going to send you into a breakout session. And I'm going to have you do that for me. Just send a message saying that you need some help. That way everybody can see what it looks like. So let's send Kate to a session. Let's send her off to session 1. Awesome. Thank you. Oh, I have to end the session. I didn't send her yet. Hold on. Now I can do it. Breakout sessions. And Kate's in there. And oops. My timer. Kate's already in there. So awesome. All right, Kate, you are in that breakout session. So there you go. See, right there. Kate has sent me a help message. Okay. And I can either join now or join later. I can just say, well, I'll join later. Okay. And you also notice I did this inadvertently. I didn't mean to do it. I accidentally hit the end all breakout sessions. I did end all breakout sessions, and you can see the timer counting down here and the timer counting down here. And that's where your participants will see it as well. Okay. So all your participants will see that. And then watch, Kate will come back in 14 seconds. Kate will magically reappear into the room. I don't have to do anything. See, proof that I'm not doing anything, right? Kate will be like, but Bill, you put your hands back down. Okay, Kate has magically reappeared. Welcome back, Kate. Kate has magically reappeared. I didn't have to do anything. How was it, Kate?
Hello, everyone. It was good, yeah.
Good, awesome. Awesome, okay. So Kate is now back from that breakout session. I didn't do anything. She comes back automatically. All right. Now I want all of you.
Too that, hey Bill, I just wanted to mention too that I wanted to mention that I'm actually joining today on my mobile device to see what it's like for students who are on mobile devices.
Awesome. Are you on an iPhone or an Android?
I am on an iPhone, and it's great. Awesome. Everything is working perfect.
Fantastic. Yeah, I love the app on iPhone. You can get it for Android as well. I'm not an Android user, but I love the app on the iPhone. Love it. All right, so what I'm going to do now, and so for the people that are watching this recorded, this is going to be a little weird because you're going to see the general session. So if you're watching recorded, all you're going to see is the general session. You're not going to see all the breakout room things happening. So I'm going to send everyone off to breakout rooms. So I'm going to bring up my breakout sessions. I'm going to reset, and let's do 4. So it'll be 2 participants in each room. And then I'm doing it automatically, so I have no idea who you're going to be in the room with. And I am going to go ahead and start the breakout sessions. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to just look around in there, maybe send me a help message or something like that. And then I will bring you. I'll bring you back. And so let me just make sure that my settings are good. They are, and off you go. For those of you watching recorded, you're seeing everybody just go into a breakout session. Except Kathy. Kathy, why aren't you in a breakout session? What happened? All right, let's make sure Kathy. Oh, no, I'm showing her in a breakout session. Let's move her to session 2. Oh, well, that's interesting. Not sure why Kathy is not moving. Maybe she's got some sort of a lock or something. Kathy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I don't know why I'm not moving.
Don't know either, but this is interesting. All right, well, let me see if I can remove you from the session, and then let me try to put you back in a session. I'll move you to session 4.
Okay. Yes, it's starting now.
There we go. Okay. For those of you watching recorded, hey, glitches happen. So you just have to work with the glitch. All I did was remove her from the session she was in, put her back in another session. I've gotten a couple of help messages here, and I'm not going right now. I am going to go join some sessions. So for those of you watching recorded, it's going to be a little, you're just going to see a blank screen. But I'll be back. All right, for those of you watching recorded, that might have been a little weird. All you saw was a blank screen. What I was doing was jumping between the sessions, okay? And so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to share my meeting window. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring everybody back from those sessions, okay? So I'm going to go to breakout sessions, and then I'm going to hit end all breakout sessions. But remember, it's not going to end right away. It'll take about 60 seconds, exactly. Going to take exactly 60 seconds, because that's what I have it set to. So I'm going to hit end all breakout sessions. End the sessions, and you'll notice there's my timer. There's my timer. So we'll just sit here and wait for the next minute. How are you? I hope everything's going well with your classes. I really do. I'm glad that people are getting these micro sessions. Especially that they're recorded and they're available for you. And if you need any help, please contact us, cedal@madisoncollege.edu. You can contact us that way. You can contact me directly if you want to. It's wballo@madisoncollege.edu. So W and then BALLO. At madisoncollege.edu. Feel free. Kate is an awesome. She's awesome with WebEx and Microsoft Teams and Blackboard Collaborate Ultra and all that stuff. And honestly, all of the people that are in CETL right now, they're really fantastic. They can help you with anything that you need. Let us know. That's what we're here for. And you're going to see in about 5 seconds, everyone's going to come on back. Just so you can see.
Even with
no
the
magic.
notice, we still felt cut off from a great convo.
Oh,
even with the notice.
So maybe I should go with the 2 minute instead of the 1 minute.
No, we just were talking about craft beer, so we got carried away.
Understood. Right. So, Yeah, that's basically what it looks like, and that's pretty much how those rooms work. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. And what can I answer for you?
I have a question.
Sure.
So, Bill, have you done this for student discussions? And about how long do you give them? Do you give them 5 minutes, 10 minutes? How have you gauged that? Because I know it's going to be trial and error with every group, but
Yeah, so I can't speak to the breakout sessions in WebEx meetings, but when I was using WebEx Teams with my students, which we can't do that right now, just as a disclaimer. When I was using that with my students, I would generally go no more than about 20 minutes. And it really depends on the time frame of your class as well. So if your class is, an hour long and you want group work to be like the main event, then maybe you do a broken up. So maybe you do like a 15-minute and then a 15-minute, or something like that. Or if it's the main event, you could make it even longer as well. So yeah, so you have some possibilities there. Let me bring up the chat. I just saw something come up in the chat. So
I
you
was
got some
gonna just
possibilities there. It's kind of, what works best for your class.
I would chime in on that one too, Bill, because
Sure.
there's so many. It sort of depends on your lesson planning. Like in world languages, we go in and out of breakout rooms throughout the hour. So we go in even for just 1 or 2 minutes, come back out, go back in, come back out. We do lots of little activities. So it sort of depends on what your lesson planning looks like. But I would say that with breakout rooms, they're so efficient that you can jump in there even just for a couple of minutes and come back out, even if you just want to do a quick little, turn to their neighbor kind of activity. It's very possible because it's very smooth. So there's no reason to not do that. But you also might be having more involved things, right? Like Bill was saying, like 20 minutes, 15 minutes is sort of how you lesson plan. But the nice thing is you have it could really be anything.
yeah, and I see other questions, so I'll stop. But just very quickly, Bao and I were talking about students who didn't have camera capabilities. Do you know if the college provides a webcam?
Possibly. Have them get in touch with the help desk.
Okay.
Helpdesk at madisoncollege.edu. One whole word. They can do that, or they actually call the student help desk would be easy. That's usually what I tell them to do. Call the library, call the student help desk. That's usually the easiest way to get them that help, yes. Yeah. Let's see. I say, is there a way to pre-assign the topics for the breakout session? Generally, the way that I have done that, or have seen faculty do that, is they'll pre-assign it in Blackboard, and then they'll have them open Blackboard and pull out whatever the assignment is. I like to do the way that I've done it is I have one person act as the scribe. And the scribe then shares the screen, opens up whatever document they're working on together, and then the scribe acts as the person just to, sort of the typist to put all that stuff in. And then you can, I used to move them around. I see you're a scribe this week, you're a scribe this week, so on and so forth. Can my WebEx group record their discussion in the breakouts? Not currently. Not currently. That feature is being worked on so that they can do that, so that they can record in their breakout sessions. I need some water. So that they can do that. But yeah, that feature is being worked on. What other questions?
So, Bill, probably along the same lines as my first question, I'm envisioning having the students work on a shared document. Can they share their screen?
Yep.
So someone could be typing and everyone else is watching, whether it's through a OneDrive document where everyone could add or, okay.
Yep. And if you're using OneDrive, I mean, they can edit together. It depends on the level of student technical capabilities as to how well that goes. I have had my students try to do that, and some are like, "Yeah, no problem," and some are going like, "What was I supposed to do again?" So I found that one of the easiest ways to do it is to assign a scribe, have them open up that document, share it, right, so that now they're sharing the screen, everybody can see it, and then they just all contribute to whatever conversation they want. Yeah, you can
Perfect.
do document sharing, where and I've done that with faculty, but even with faculty, you get some that they're like, oh, sure, no problem. And then you get some that are like, okay, wait, what? And it's fine. You want to make sure whatever the technological capability is, you always want to meet them where they're at and don't go too far into that technological realm. If you have people that are, so on the tech. Yeah. Awesome. Great questions. Let's see what else. We got, can students share the screen? Yes. Yep, they can share the screens. Can students currently record a presentation? If you, like, for example, if I had a student that wanted to record a presentation on WebEx and then utilize that recording, they would have to come into like my room, right? I'd have to have them come into my room. I'd have to record it for them and then give them a copy of that recording because they don't have WebEx accounts currently. So they can't do that right at the moment with WebEx, but that might be changing January 1st. So we are working behind the scenes with tech services on getting students, sort of half accounts is what I call them, like not a full WebEx account, but that will be a possibility. I don't know yet as to whether or not they'll be able to, log in and record and stuff like that, and have personal room and all of that. So we'll see. Can they do that? Yes, I believe they can do that in Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. Yes. Yeah, that's something you could also do with Usia as well. That'd be another option. And then honestly, what I've had my students do, record it on your phone and send it to me. That's worked as well. So they've done that. And then like for discussion board, the tool that I use for video discussion board is Flipgrid. So I use Flipgrid for video discussion board, and that works really great. The max on those is 10 minutes. So the max of the video is 10 minutes. So if you're looking for a video, like your student's going to record themselves doing a skill for 40 minutes or something, no. But in Flipgrid, anything up to 10 minutes is great. Yep.
How do you have them send it to you?
So they can send it, via the OneDrive if they want to do that, because they have access to that. The other option would be to, to link somehow, like some have YouTube sites or something like that. Again, if it's a shorter video, most of mine are not over 10 minutes. I have them do it in Flipgrid. And then I can access it in Flipgrid, and it's just that makes it a lot easier for me. But yeah, that's usually the way that I do that. What was that? Oh, that was the SharePoint site. Awesome, thank you. Yes. Yeah, and we have some drop-in times coming up next week, and I'm doing quite a few. I'm doing the evening ones too. I like the evenings. Those of you that know me know I like the evenings. So, yeah, come see us and come ask questions. And officially, this is the end of the breakout session recording. So I'm going to stop recording.